Yes, I am all set.
You're all set?
I believe so, yeah.
All right. Welcome to an emergency Adepticon reaction Vox Cascadia podcast.
Hopefully, we're trying out new microphone technology, so if this is god-awful, it's Chuck's fault.
We are here in the Hyatt Regency, not Hyatt Place, where Connor and I have just sat through
We'll talk about that later.
Games Workshop Adepticon 2025 relay show. Connor, don't eat the fucking candy right now.
I'm eating the candy right now, Chuck.
Mics are going to pick up everything. So
exactly, that's the point. Is normally the mics pick me up being stupid, but I don't have anything to do right now.
Yeah, so we just went to the Adepticon 2025 Games Workshop reveal, and
that was pretty fun.
It was pretty fun. This is Connor's. It's Connor's first time. Congratulations, you popped your reveal cherry.
Have you seen these before?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, cool. Do you normally get the prize at the end?
No, this is the first time you get the prize at the end.
Oh, cool. You'll hear more about that later.
Yeah, so sure. So we just went to the reveal, and we got to see some fun stuff, including Connor finally got his new AdMech team, and he is... he's kind of meh.
I'm very whelmed.
He's very whelmed by the team, unfortunately. So, Connor, tell us a little bit about the new Kill Team boxes.
So, the new Kill Team box looks like we got Tyranids as a 5-man team. That's pretty cool. The models all look great. Very excited for all those Tyranid fans out there. Glad you finally have a proper team. So, that'll be fun. We got some sick-ass terrain. All the terrain stuff looked incredible. Whether you play Kill Team or not, that's going to be, like, fantastic stuff. I'm expecting, especially for, like, anyone that does only war, you know, like the 40k RPG stuff, that and like Deathwatch, they're gonna love that terrain. New co-op mode, that's really cool. And then we got an AdMech team called Battleclade. First of all, fantastic name, as I think Zach pointed out. Absolutely great name. Love that name. And overall, I really enjoy the models. We got Data Lotus, or whatever he's called, the archaeologist guy. He's back for like the 12th time. And his model always great, so that'll be fun to have. Then we got a new tech priest that looks kind of like a slimmer Dominus, but with like a giant bulbous backpack. They look incredible. Easily my favorite model of them all. And then we got servitors, which all look good, but it's servitors. So I'm not too excited by that, because they're like the literal dumpster worst of any, like, in the basic guardsman's like better than a servitor minus terms of survivability. So that's not quite what I was hoping to see for when AdMech finally get their first real, like, bespoke new model team.
So we're here on the 8th floor of the Hyatt Regency, and it's if you've ever seen the movie Dread, imagine the kind of hive stacks.
That's why it does look like Dread.
Yeah, so we're keeping a close eye on Connor.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
not gonna kill myself, don't worry.
It's good. Good. I appreciate that. So we also got a Tyranid team, and it looks like this is the five model team that we've been hinted at since we got the Kill Ops cards, essentially. So you've got some the Raveners, you've got a Ravener Prime, a Fell Talon, a Tremor Scythe, a Wrecker, Venom Splitter, and Warrior. So I think the Warriors are going to be the kind of normal guys you can take. Venom Spitter spits Venom. There was a armored guy too.
They mentioned something about that. The Wrecker, I think.
Yeah, the Wrecker. I think that.
Yeah. So we found out they also do kind of different notes, because we started watching it on YouTube a little bit afterwards. So that was kind of fun. But I don't know if they mentioned on YouTube, but they're going to be able to burrow underground. So that's really cool. Like straight out of Space Marine 2. So that's pretty cool mechanics.
Yeah, it sounds like, I guess if you played Space Marine 2, you actually fought the Raveners already. I did, but I don't remember what any of the bugs' names are. I don't even remember what my own orcs are. But it looks like a pretty cool box, and I think they're going to have some sort of teleport. And I'm hoping, because you know Connor needs nice things, I'm hoping that he learns to love his new robot kill team, because we've been waiting. Everybody's waiting for this. Like, I was so excited. I think I was more excited than you were, actually.
At the very beginning, when they just showed off, like, they were doing all the quick things at the very beginning of the show, like everything that we're going to see, like all the silhouettes, and we saw that red hood with the white cogs. I was so hyped. Like, Chuck pulled out his phone trying to capture my reaction, because, like, I was like, oh shit, it is happening, we're getting it. But as they were revealing it, I was, really excited. They showed off the Tyranids first. It was like, oh shit, Tyler's gonna be pissed. Not really, but the last conversation on Discord for like a day and a half has been whether Tyranids exist. So glad this is finally over. But then they shut off the rest, and I was like, all right, cool. We got like 2 tech priests, some servitors, and like some like combat servitors, like proper ones, like cataphrons or like some more Scutari or something. And then I was like, nope, just servitors. And I was like, oh, bummer.
Yeah, I think I was more excited because I don't know anything about your robots.
Yeah, so like servitors are just dog trash, like literally. Like people mix up. Scutari are like the equivalent of like Tempesticines or like Sisters of Battle in terms of like combat prowess. Like they're not servitors, they're not like droids. They still have humane thought and everything. It's just like it's kind of like the clone troopers from Star Wars, where like the Jedi could like, or the Palpatine would like execute order whatever, and then like that takes over all their normal reactions. It's kind of like that, but with a tech priest. But servitors are literally just like trained monkeys. So combat servitors exist and they can be dangerous, but it's not like it's like they follow programs like the way like a Roomba kind of works. Like it'll go around your house.
So we were kind of talking a little bit. They sounds like they might be kind of like Higher Tech Circle, where you've got a couple nerds that give out orders, and then everybody else kind of follows stuff.
Yeah,
I think they had a comms guy even though too.
I think they mentioned something about a comms guy. Yeah, because they have a medic for sure. They have like a comms guy, and then there was like a special gunner looking thing. So like,
you had a couple gunners. You had a like there was one. You got one that's got like a bolt. It's like a heavy bolt rifle. Some I don't know, some laser looking thing. You got the servitor breacher, which sounds like they're going to be able to go through walls.
Yeah, like that might be cool.
I think that's always fun. I've been playing Rekkas. They got a medic actually too, because apparently they're not all robots. And then you got just the combat servitors.
Because a servitor is like you know what a servitor is, right?
Yeah, I know what a servitor.
Okay, well yeah, because it's like they're like a medic, but in the sense like it repairs them and heals the broken skin.
Yeah. So, auto proxy servitor. That sounds like
your basic warrior.
No, the auto proxy looks like is the.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was the image on the right.
No, you got the combat servitors. Those are the ones that are kind of the
probably the basic.
Guys, so.
Is the auto proxy the one on the right there?
Auto proxy is the one on the right there.
Yeah, so I think that's the one that we're saying is like the comms, and I mean he's got little antenna things. That's that giveaway for comms.
Breacher's gonna go through walls, and then a couple heavy gun servitors. It looks like too.
Yeah. And like again, servitors all look cool, but it's just kind of. It's the thing where we've already seen this model essentially before, because it's the one that we got in the Inquisition box.
Yeah.
And like again, fine model, but I was hoping that we'd get something a little more new, I guess would be the best way of putting it.
Does it look a little baby bit dated compared to
what? The Techno Archaeologist? Yeah. Because that model's originally a Blackstone Fortress that came out, like when that first dropped, I think 2018.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad model, but I've already got like 2 of them, if not more. So
yeah.
What are they calling the Servitor Overseer? Love that model. That is really cool. Very excited by that one. But yeah.
40K had a big reveal with Space Wolves.
Yes.
Space Wolves getting huge.
Yeah, we got some cool free boxes, so that was fun. They gave out prizes at the end. That's what we kind of hinted at earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they the new Space Wolves, it looks like they have a lot of mixes of armor. So they're not just straight up Primaris. They have a lot of that's Mark 6 heads.
Yeah, Mark 6 heads and helmets. It looks great. Honestly, like with a little bit of kit bashing, this is exactly what a Space Wolves Horus Heresy player wants from all these kids, because the knee pads are kind of gone on the Primaris. They've got a good amount of like Space Wolf bits, but not leaning into the almost like community meme of like wolf armor or wolf helmet they did originally, that everyone was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. As a Blood Angels fan, this is what I wanted.
Yeah, this just stings more as like, I'm not even a Blood Angels guy, but I was like, where the fuck was this for Blood Angels, man?
Yeah. We got the like Primaris Sanguinary Guard, which are kind of lame. Lamartis is cool.
Yeah, the characters were fine.
Astrath is cool.
Yeah,
but we didn't get anything for our like warriors. Even the death company is just basically like upgrade sprue, where these are full on like the chest plates are different.
Yeah, entirely new models, new poses, and everything.
Yeah, I guess it's not just upgrade sprues. It's essentially like all of the kits are brand new.
Yeah, all entirely new plastic, which is sick. The new Death Speaker or Rune Priest? Yeah, he's incredible. Love that model. I'm gonna pick some of these up just because like none of them really like minus. We'll have to see when they reveal the sprue whether the bits are like molded on,
Yeah.
like the wolf pelts and stuff. And if they are, you can always scrape them off because they're small. But if they're not, like the kind of like what they did with the Emperor's Children. I don't know if you've seen that, but a lot of the additional bits that identify them as Emperor's Children aren't molded onto like the body or the legs, so you can work for like any Chaos Marine.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're doing that with these guys too, because like you said, the models for them are incredible. We got, what are they called? The Catholics?
Grand Cathay for Warhammer Old World. So Old World, the most boring game out there.
That's not true.
I
Warcry exists.
I would rather play Warcry.
That's true. I guess you just wait. Boring. That might be fair. I haven't played Old World.
You should play Old World just to see how dumb it is.
I know Bremerton Sean. He wants me to try, and I'll give it a shot.
Bremerton Sean, you should take Connor through like a 6-hour game of Old World. If it's anything, okay, so full disclosure, I played 6th edition Warhammer Fantasy with my buddy Ben, Whiskey and Wizards on Discord, and
yeah. The incredible painter.
Incredible painter. Horrible at picking games. It's yeah. It was mind numbing. You can't measure anything. So if Old World is anything like that, and anybody feel free to tell me I'm wrong. It was so boring. The new army looks sweet though. Like a lot of
we were laughing because right before they revealed this, they revealed the Beastmen, like they're brought back in Old World, and you know, good for any Beastman fan, but the models are so dated.
They're so bad.
You like the muscle glands. It's like even with all these new painting techniques, you can only do so much. They kind of look like Catachans almost, like level of this goofy G.I. Joe scale muscles. And then they pop off these guys, and they're incredible. The mortar strikes they got look awesome. That giant like jade
balloon
statue thing, whatever it was called.
Oh yeah, they got the Colossus. Or was it Colossus? Or
Colossus of Rhodes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
The new commander too, which has like 2 forms.
Yeah, the human form she has. What is that?
The Sentinels.
The Sentinels.
Sentinels, which apparently you can choose like 4 different like
loadouts essentially, but based on your metal they're made out of.
Yeah. Those are really cool. Those look huge.
Yeah. They look like knights.
Size of a knight.
Yeah.
And then Miao Ying, the Storm Dragon, who has 2 forms. She was super cool too.
Yeah, her human form, perfect Psyker model. Like, oh my god. Also, on a more strange note, the sculpting the face and then the paint job they did for it looks really good. And like, it's clearly inspired by like Asian characteristics. I mean, her name's Mao Ying. That's about like stereotypical as you can be without being like J.K. Rowling levels of racist with it. But the face itself is, I think they did a really good job of giving this person like, or rather this model like Asian features, you know, and like it looks really good. So this is a strange thing I noticed, but it was cool. And then the dragon form is really neat too.
Dragon form looks super sick. She's kind of floating on some rocks. The dragon is kind of vaulting off some rocks. It's wild because they did the wood. Was it the wood elves too?
Yeah, wood elves came back too, and like.
So you got the wood elves, you got the beastmen, which look just like
the beastmen look pretty rough. The wood elves look fine, but like they look fine in the way like the Bretonians do, where it's like they don't look bad, they just look old models, like old Drukhari, you know?
Yeah, but the beastmen look horrible. Like the beastmen from Blackstone Fortress look bad, especially compared to like Felgor Ravage.
Yeah.
And
hey, there's the Rune Priest. We also got it on YouTube muted just so we can watch in the background.
Yeah. So.
Oh. But yeah, go ahead.
No, the new the Space Wolves look amazing.
Yeah. Like kind of like the Stern Guards that they did at the start of 10th, where they're doing a lot more of like mixes of armor, which for the Space Wolves feels very fitting. I'm not much of a Space Wolves like lore guy, but I know they're kind of a chapter that uses a lot more relic armor, so it's really cool for them to get this.
Apparently Nick's not a Space Wolves rune guy or lore guy either, because we were walking around, me, Nick, and Greg were walking around Adepticon today before you got here.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the wrong place. We'll talk about that later.
And talk about that next week.
We'll talk about that next week. There was a guy walking around with purity seals, actually, who basically he had a quarter sheet pan with purity seals on them, and he was doing trivia for them. And so he stopped us, and he's like, "Oh, what's your favorite army?" And Greg picked Chaos, and he asked Greg a question about Chaos, and he got it right. And then he asked me about, and I said Blood Angels, and he asked me about Blood Angels, and I needed a little help. And
what was the question he asked you?
It was the demon who fought for the Blood Angels.
For the Blood Angels?
For the Blood Angels. Fought against Tyranids for Blood Angels.
Oh, during the battle ball.
Devastation Ball.
Yeah. Fuck. Is it the one that fought Sanguinius?
It was the same one that fought Sanguinius.
I'm blanking on his name, but I know Sanguinius.
Cabanda.
Abanda, that's right.
Cabanda.
Sorry. Yeah, Sanguinius beat the shit out of him and then beat Angron. That's why Sanguinius is his best boy.
And then they asked Nick what his what the tech priests are for or not tech priests, the tech marines are for Space Wolves.
Oh. I feel like I've heard the term, but it's not Rune Priest because that's that
it's like Iron
Father? No, that's Iron Hands.
Iron Wolves. I don't know.
I don't know.
We didn't know it at the time, and I still don't know it, even though he told me. But the guy was super nice, gave us all magnetic purity seals.
Oh, like how big are they?
Well, hold on, it's right.
Oh yeah, I want to see this. I didn't hear about this till right now.
I mean, it's about the size of like $50, maybe.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's like just the wax with like a little bit of the seal.
Yeah. No, it's got full on like. Oh, hold on, sorry about the noise.
Also, yeah. Speaking of Space Wolves getting all their cool shit. Oh, nice. I hope I run into that tomorrow. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
But speaking of Space Wolves getting all their cool shit and the classic Space Wolves versus Grey Knights thing, fucking Grey Knights, dude. If I'm on like Suicide Watch, Grey Knight players are hanging themselves as we speak, man.
So Grey Knight's got a new baby carrier.
Just
different weapons is all.
Dude, those poor guys. I feel so bad for them because like the army is supposed to be so cool and so sick, and then you look at their guy next to a fucking tactical marine and they look off. It's so sad.
I think they're coming out with like a Battle Force box for it too.
Yeah, a Battle Force box that
it's like, just the new baby carrier.
No Grey Knights player is going to want that unless you're deciding to start Grey Knights. And who the hell in their right mind is going to want to decide to start Grey Knights when they look so off?
That one guy who asked the dumb question.
What?
And there's the guy, they do a Q&A after they do the reveals. And the guy, he asked about Grey Knights. He's like, hey, I'm new to this game. How often do they get models? And their answer was
that's a fair question for someone who's new to the game.
But you don't jump up and ask that at Adepticon in front of 900 people.
Hey, well, I mean, fair enough, but it's not like there was maybe like 2 actual good questions that entire time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it. They even said before, like, don't ask, when's my favorite army getting a new model? And then everyone's like, okay, well, what if I ask, when is this character getting a new model? And it's like, that's what they meant, buddy.
Yeah. So,
but whatever.
So, Connor, overall,
what else? There was other stuff that got previewed, right?
AOS
Sigmar got something, whatever.
Whatever.
New card pack for 40K.
New card pack for 40K. Yeah.
That looks weird, like the deployment zones. That's what I was gonna say. The Grand Catholics. They got like a balloon model.
Grand Cathay.
I like Grand Catholics better. Not really. That sounds almost racist, but anyways, yeah, they got that balloon model. That looks like a really cool model. I'm excited to see all their armies and stuff. But yeah, new card pack for 40K. Death Guard are getting the model we already knew they were. That was fucking funny.
Yeah,
the guys even talked about that.
They basically were like, okay, and internet, we don't want to talk about leaks or anything, and then they just showed the model that was like the leaked model.
Yeah, that has been that explains why. I forgot that they like already revealed that officially on Warcom like months ago after that leaked, but that explains why it hasn't come out yet.
Is that one? That's a super cool model.
It is a great model. I'm really excited by it.
It's got a very like, I don't know, like kind of like medieval, I would say almost like a hired,
like a enforcer, like
a hired blade who would go around, and it seems way too cool for Death Guard.
Yeah,
Death Guard is
I know
stinky and maggots and all that stuff.
Yeah, this is exactly the style of Death Guard I like, where it's like there's a little bit of that like tentacle stuff, but like you can very easily cover it up. So that's my preferred. I know a lot of Death Guard players are like, it's a great model, but god damn it, we already have so many character models. So I think they might be the most saturated. Speaking of character models, World Leaders got another one. Looks like fine model. He's pretty cool, but kind of sad because I wanted to either get some Jet Trooper corn guys or like the guys running those not jackals, juggernauts. That's what they're called.
Well, good news.
Yeah,
Blood and Zeal's coming out next week.
It's true. That is new corn models there. T-Suns. They got robots.
They got weird robots.
Yeah, they look.
T-Suns got robots before Admech got robots.
Yep. They look cool. They're a little static pose, but I mean, like, I imagine that's the thing is they look like the Vex, I think is what they're called from Destiny. If you ever played Destiny, like the robot time traveling ones.
Yeah, they got weird, actually, like the weird fins behind them have like missile launchers.
Yeah, like what old school Terminator like art.
I don't know about those.
Yeah,
they look weird.
They look neat. They're kind of. It's still funny. They're like, all right, fine, we won't give you not jackals, Zangors, and then they give them new models of robots with Zangor looking heads.
Yeah.
Can't ever escape it. But they look cool. Then it looks like we're getting Salamander's Codex. We already kind of knew that. Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights Codex. And then Imperial, like, fists were... Maybe that's Black Templars.
So Templars...
Well, no, it was the fist icon.
No, they had Black Templars, too.
Yeah.
So they kind of give us a roadmap. Space Wolves are coming out soon for pre-order. They had, I think, Thousand Sons of Grey Knights.
All the Chaos Legions.
They had an Armageddon rule book.
Yeah, like a Crusade book? I don't know.
It's a Crusade book for Armageddon. Armageddon, they just keep fighting over Armageddon.
Yeah, which is weird because
Armageddon War,
this is supposed to be like a recap of the first war from Armageddon, which from what I understand, which is like, but Armageddon's already had its third war, then I think it's still ongoing. Yeah. So I don't know if this is like a recap or it's just a continuation of the third war.
Somebody was asking about what's his name?
Yarick.
Yarick. Yeah, somebody was asking about Yarick, and they kind of denied everything.
Yeah, they're like, that's just rumors. Speaking of that was funny. They mentioned how like the one Blood Angel or not, the World Leader's dog, the like Blood Demon dog thing, got moved to Legends, and like, yeah, that was an administrative mistake.
Yeah,
it's gonna be in the Codex. They hard confirmed that. So shout out to that. I'm glad that dog's not like gone because that's a great model.
I thought they're gonna give a good model. I thought they're gonna give it a new model actually based on that, but they just basically said no, it's gonna be in the Codex.
Yeah. And then so like we were saying, the Codex, it looks like because we already had Jeremy Spake, good friend of ours, show that like they did that silhouette of a marine a long time ago, and it's just the art from the White Scars. We saw that there was a Salamanders one in the preview. They reshowed that, and then what looks like an Imperial Fist like pauldron with the tilting shield with the Imperial Fist logo. So West Crimson Fists are getting.
They showed Black Templars too.
Did they? Yeah. Then, we already knew that.
Chaos and Imperial Knights.
Yeah. So good for you, Imperial Knights players. Your Codex is still coming because there was that weird time where they kind of dropped it off the roadmap by accident. But, I think that's it for. I met Duncan Rhodes.
You met Duncan Rhodes, yeah.
I did, like within 5 minutes. So that was really cool. He signed my book. That was awesome.
So tell him about the yearbook. Tell him what it is.
Yeah. So in case you somehow missed it, I think I've posted it a few times now. A while back, I ordered a couple of the campaign books for Heresy from GW, and one of them came misprinted, not in like a normal way where like, oh, there's like a page missing or two, but in that the binding itself for the book was inverted from the cover. And they sent me a new one, and which, thank you for that. That was nice of them. And they said, yeah, just keep the vampire one. And I was like, oh, cool. So I'm going to use that now as like my roadblock or a yearbook, essentially, for all the tournaments and events I go to where people can sign pages of like celebrities I look up to, or like then certain pages I'll have my opponents sign for each event I play.
Yeah. It's actually a really cool idea. And so Connor has like a silver Sharpie that he bought the metallic Sharpies, which by the way work great for trim, I've heard.
Yeah.
I was going to sign it as the first person, but I couldn't do it. And luckily I didn't because Duncan Rhodes is
probably one of the coolest people you could.
He's slightly cooler than me.
I think I like you a lot, Chuck, but I think he's significantly cooler. He's got like some of the best painting videos out there, and he's got his own paint line. We don't have either of those yet.
You haven't heard of Chucky Paint?
No.
Bro, it's nice. It's got like 100% saturation. It always flows. Oh yeah.
There we go. Perfect. So here's what's coming next. Yeah, Black Templars, Knights of all the kinds, Gray, Imperial, and Chaos.
Any new Black Templar stuff?
Not yet. So they'll probably just get a character.
So
but then
Salamander's Sean Votan.
Yeah, shout out to Sean with his Votan.
So you can keep collecting with your army because that means you're going to get a codex. That means you're going to have to like expand your shelf of Votan.
Yeah, well, that's if they get more than just a character model.
Yeah, well, actually, they could just get a character model, and then we have the White Scars.
Yeah, so. What's like the White Scars? So yeah, I guess we're getting codex supplements back or something maybe.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So Connor, you've been at Adepticon for going on 8 hours now. What's your assessment so far? Big ol' yawn.
Big yawn. Sleepy. I'm very, very tired.
Why are you so tired?
I stayed up last night finishing up all my tanks for tomorrow.
Good.
And I got them all done.
I've got an alarm set to get Connor up at 8 a.m.
I'll be awake, but yes.
Yeah, you won't.
I'll be awake.
All right, I'll turn off the alarm.
Don't do that. Yeah, it's been a great time. It's been fun. Met Duncan Rhodes. That was cool. Ran into some other people. My airplane was pretty much everyone going to Adepticon from Seattle, so that was pretty fun.
Yeah, why the hell is anybody else going to Milwaukee in the middle of fucking March?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there was like one family that was coming for a wedding, so shout out to them.
Sorry about your wedding.
Well, I mean, it wasn't their wedding. It was like a friend's wedding.
Yeah, but in Milwaukee in March?
Well, I mean...
One really cool thing about downtown at Milwaukee is they've got sky bridges.
Yeah.
So you can walk through like half the buildings in downtown. Just you don't have to go outside because it's cold as fuck.
Yeah, it's not even that cold today, but I can imagine like December and January had to be fucking nightmare.
Well, apparently tomorrow it's supposed to be like 65.
Yeah, global warming,
when
man.
we fly out on Monday, it's going to snow.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What time?
At like 6 a.m.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so Monday could be fun.
Oh, well, good thing I took Tuesday off, too.
Oh, nice. I didn't.
Oh, well, you're a bank manager, so it's okay. You can manage it from afar. Like, put the money in the bag.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens at a bank.
Obviously.
Chuck was talking to me about travel credit cards and I had to explain what that meant to me. And I was like, what the hell are you on about?
I had to give Connor the dad talk. Like, son, are you using a travel credit card?
Like he gave me the talk, but not like the sex talk, but the travel credit card. I know my mom has a Disney card.
That's not a great one.
Oh,
that's a Chase card though.
She's had it for years, like for practically my.
Did she go to Disney a lot?
When we lived in California, yeah, we went to Disneyland and
sense.
because I was the oldest, so there's always like Disney products, like movies being bought, so it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's anything else? How was your second day of Adepticon, Chuck?
That's good. We'll talk about more on the actual podcast.
Do we mention these?
The instant reaction. Well, actually, yeah, cool thing. So we were leaving. So if you ever go to a reveal at Adepticon, they haven't done it at LVO as far as I've seen, but if you go to a reveal at Adepticon, stay through the Q&A because the last time I was here in 2023 for Adepticon in Schaumburg, if you stayed through the Q&A, they revealed 10th edition 40K. This one, if you stayed through the Q&A, they actually gave you one of the new Space Wolves.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's when you're listening to this and you saw me and Chuck's photos, that's what we posted. And then Chuck is a bad person and grabbed the second one for our good old friend Nick. And I was like, well, we can't not get one for Greg because I'm going to give mine to Greg. Otherwise, I'll feel guilty, but I want this. So then Chuck tried to make me do a little loop around, and I chickened out at the last second and just turned around. But then the guy chased down and handed it to me.
The guy didn't chase down.
Not even chase down. He was like, hey, do you want one? I was like, oh, yeah. And
Connor, okay, so
you describe it.
All right, so we were walking out, and I'm like, we need to do like a lap so we can get one for – quit eating shit. It's just live. So I'm like,
tell the story.
We need to get some. Actually, I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get it in my neck. I'm like, Connor's like, maybe we can get two. So I'm like, okay, maybe we get two. So guy walks up and they're kind of handing them out of the table, and there's people that are walking down the crowd with stacks of them, and I'm like, Connor, go get one from that guy. Connor grabs one from the guy, and like a guy walks up to me, and I grab one and shove it in my pocket, and I walk up to the table, grab another one because I'm like, I gotta get one for Nick.
Yeah. And
then Connor's like, oh, we should get one for Greg, and I'm like, yeah, just go grab one. He's like, I don't know. The guy's like, did you get one? And Connor's like, and I'm like, he didn't get one. He's shy. Go on, buddy, get one. And he gave one to Connor. So we hooked up.
I'm sure if I just explain the situation of I have a good friend of mine in a painting class.
Those guys do not care at all.
Yeah, exactly. But you know me, I'm bad at lying, especially to people that are doing a public service. I'm just not a good
They're getting paid for that. It ain't no public service, bro.
You're right, but I mean it's like a service from your guys. I'm not good at lying, and so I looped back around because I was like, I'll just explain the situation, and then I didn't have to, so I just felt silly.
Yeah. So to wrap it up, instant reaction to Adepticon.
Pretty fun.
Meta celebrity. Fun. Meta celebrity.
Forgot to get a photo.
Connor's got his new favorite team. Tyranids.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, hey, who knows?
A Tyranids, five operative team. There you go. And so thanks for listening. VoxCascadia.com, or excuse me, Patreon.com. Patreon.com/Vox Cascadia.
Spanaway and Panty Kibbs Mini. You actually posted today.
I did post today.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. And at Lowbrow Minis, DiceStore.BigCartel.com. Also, Rum Runner. You can still sign up for that.
Sign up for that.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
Love you.
Bye.